Hello everybody, my name is the Awesome Villager. Welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are all doing well. And today we are back with another mod review. Today, we are looking at one of my personal favourite mods. I discovered this one about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's called Decimation. And it adds a zombie apocalypse into Minecraft, and not just the zombies. It also adds lots of new weapons, of new tools, guns, new mobs obviously, and also new items of clothing, and yeah, just overall a really cool mod. And also, it has its own server, so once I have looked at some of the items in single player, we're going to go onto the server for a little bit to show you guys some gameplay of survival, and yeah, we will basically just roam around the world, hopefully kill some zombies, and just do some fun stuff. Okay everybody, so we'll start by having a look at some of the new clothes that the game adds in. Now personally, I think these are very, very well made. So first, we have... oh, if I just can put it on, sorry. Okay, here we go. Put that on there. So first, we have the blue cap. And on top of that, we also have the militia cap, which is kind of like paramilitary, and that's like a brown version of that. Then we also have the green and the red, and they look the exact same as the blue one that I'm currently wearing, except for they are different colours. So that's very nice. Even though they don't reduce any damage upon like impact with like a bullet fired from a gun, they just look nice and are fun to wear. So next up, we have some hoodies. So we got like the purple hoodie right here. And then we also have the, we also have like green hoodies, blue hoodies, brown hoodies, as you can see just there, which I've got my cursor over. But my personal favourite, and arguably the best, for survival at least, especially on the server, is the camouflaged hoodie. Now this one does actually, unlike the others, reduce a little bit of damage when you get shot, I believe, by like hostile players or bandits. And obviously it helps to conceal you, like when you're like hunting in a forest or something. So, that's that. Oh, and also, you have, I don't think we can put it on in here because, sorry, we can't put it on single player, we can only put it on the server, but we also have a bulletproof vest right here, and that also helps to reduce damage from bullets by quite a lot actually. They're a very useful thing to have. So next up, once again, we can't put them on until we get on the server, sadly. But we also have, like, new ways of carrying items, because the idea on the server is that you're constantly on the move, looking for new supplies, going to new bases, so you need additional inventory space. So they have the large backpack here, which has 20 spaces, yep. Then you have the hiking backpack here, which is the normal one, which gives you 12 extra spaces. Then you have the duffel bag, which gives you, I think it's like 13 or 14 extra spaces. They're the second best. And then you have fanny packs, which they're cool, they look cool, but they are pretty terrible. They only give you an additional 3 inventory spaces. And you can only have one of these, so try to get like a backpack or a large backpack, because they are just better. So, the mod also adds lots of new foods in, mainly canned foods, seeing as in an apocalypse, canned foods are probably what you would survive on, not just in a zombie apocalypse, but because they are canned, they are protected by the metal from maybe like viruses and disease, they're probably what you'd eat. So you have canned blackberries, they're pretty cool. You got canned lemons, right here, and then you also got canned chocolate powder. Now, there are like 15, 20 plus different canned foods that the mod adds in, so those are just to name a few. Sorry, I haven't got anything in that chest. So next up, we move on to some weapons. Now, this is where the fun begins. So, we'll look at the machete first. Now, this is my personal favourite out of all of the melee weapons, in my opinion. Also does the most damage at 7 hit points, I believe. Then you've got the axe, which does 6, I believe. Also quite a good weapon, not as good as the machete, but still quite fun. Then, last but not least, we're going to have a look at the crowbar. Now this is pretty bad, to be honest. It only does 3 hearts of damage when you hit either a player, a bandit, or a zombie with it. So, yeah, not the best weapon, but I mean, hey, it looks cool, looks cool. So yeah, those are some of the melee weapons. Bear in mind though, those are only a couple of examples of about 15, 20 plus different melee weapons. And now, you may have been waiting for this, we move on to look at some of the guns. So, firstly, if I just, yep. Firstly, we have the M16. Now, obviously, all the guns, like in real life, they use certain magazines and ammo, and the M16 here uses the most common magazine type, which is the NATO magazine. So the idea in real life, actually, is all of the countries that make up NATO, so North Atlantic Treaty Organization, their militaries all use guns that use the same magazines, so that way everyone can work together more easily, and it's just overall a more compatible system. I've loaded it up, so you press R to reload, and the reloading animations in this mod, for all of the guns to be honest, are great. So now, let's just fire at some random stuff. Now, there aren't any mobs here sadly, I'll try firing at that squid over there. Okay, so the magazine just ran out. So, yeah, but I'll just do rapid fire. Rapid fire is so fun, and I hope you can actually hear me over the gun. So yeah, so that's the M16A that uses the NATO magazine. Now there are actually different NATO magazines, so if you look at the guns in the Decimation mod, where it says feed down here, those are all the different kinds of magazines that it takes, because there's about 8 or 9 different types of NATO magazine. So yeah, so next up we have the most common gun in the mod, and it's also the easiest to find ammo for. This is the Makarov. So in real life this was a Russian pistol, and I know my history, so the Makarov was first invented in 1951 by the Soviet Union, and is actually still in use in many militaries today, and new variants are still being made in countries such as China and Bulgaria. Quick history lesson there. So I'll just quickly show you that reloading animation again. I love that so much. So yeah, doesn't have as many rounds, obviously, because it's a pistol, it's not an assault rifle, but still, very fun. And yeah, it has about 6 rounds, I believe, 6 or 7 before it runs out. So it's one of the more common guns, it's the easiest to find ammo for. Honestly, in the Decimation mod server, you're just going, when you go across the map, honestly, you are literally going to be finding Makarov magazines the whole time, so I, and a lot of other people on the server, all use Makarovs, just because ammo for them is so easy. So last up, we have the AK-74, not the AK-47, this is actually a later variant, it's like the cousin of the AK-47. So, and this one, uses AK magazines. Now, like with the NATO magazines, actually, there are several different types of AK magazines. There's not just like one overall AK magazine, and the differences between them is that some of them actually have more rounds than others, like literal individual bullets. So you may see, if I can just, it says 30 RND, so if I'm correct, RND means rounds, that means how many individual rounds are in the magazine, so that means that this thing has 30 bullets in before the magazine runs out, but you can also find like 20 round magazines. I believe there are even 10 round magazines, but they're pretty bad, and there are also 40 round magazines, so yeah. So there are multiple different magazines that work with different guns. So if I go ahead and load that up, another great reloading animation nonetheless, and let's have some fun just rapid firing this for a bit. Okay, now that is very satisfying. Honestly, reloading this, and also just firing, they are very satisfying experiences. So yeah, there we are. And just one last one. And I'll just reload it, but we'll now go and put it back in. So, yep, another very fun to muck around with gun. So, yeah, those are some of the items. Now, as for things like mobs, now, obviously, we're going to run into them on the server, such as bandits, the normal zombies. You also actually have giant zombies, which do more damage, and they are the same size as an iron golem. So I'm now going to switch on to the server, and I'm going to show you guys some gameplay, and I will be fighting for my life. So, I will see you there in just a second. Okay everyone, welcome to the apocalypse on the server. So this is the official Decimation mod server, we are back. And I am here on one of the two different maps. So there is a map of New York City, but then there is also a map of, like, the Russian countryside, I believe. This is like a small Russian village. So there's this zombie here. Now, he's not a threat, don't worry. He's, dead. Now, I'll just quickly show you some of my weapons. So I have a nailed baseball bat, that's one of the other melee weapons. Then we have the APS, which is also like the Makarov, a very easy to find ammo for gun. So like with the Makarov, a lot of people, including myself on the server, carry APSs. And I've actually adapted this one and put a laser sight on, as I think you can see. So yeah. And then I've got some more canned food here. Then I've got a honey badger, which you may remember I was saying about the M16, which uses the NATO magazines, which are some of the easiest magazines for assault rifles to find. This one also uses NATO magazines, so another very easy to maintain gun. And then I got very lucky as I found an AK-12 here, another kind of cousin of the AK-47. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly loot this chest. Ah, found a Makarov. Okay, I'll put that in my backpack. Sorry about that. And I actually got lucky as I found 2 AK magazines to go with the AK-12, and even though admittedly it's harder to find ammo for than my other guns, when you know what you're doing, it's a very effective gun. So, here we are, welcome to the apocalypse everyone, and I know I think I said this before, but this is essentially The Walking Dead in, in Minecraft. So, okay, so this chest has this car, sorry, that we're about to loot, has a Glock 17 magazine, but I don't have a Glock, so I'm actually going to just leave that. It really will only take up more space. So, I'm just going to quickly eat, and there are many chests around the map that you can raid, and there are also, I forgot to mention this, there's not just normal chests, because you can actually loot wrecked cars, like these ones that I just looted here. Then you have the normal chests, obviously. Then you have weapon lockers, which they are like you can find firearms in them. Sorry if I'm stuttering a lot. You find like magazines, you find clips. Then you also can find melee weapons like hatchets and axes, and so on. Then you also have like medical crates, which you can get bandages and syringes from. Oh, here we go. Okay. So sorry, quick distraction here. You may remember I was talking about how there are giant zombies on here that are like the size of an iron golem. So this is one. So I'm going to use the honey badger. Oh, I've run out of ammo for the honey badger. AK-12. Okay, we got him. Wonderful. So yeah, and as I was saying, so you also have medical crates where you can find medical supplies, such as these morphine syringes right here. Which you can use to heal yourself if you're low on health. And there are also, on the map, it's worth mentioning, safe zones, where you can go and trade with NPCs and players, and maybe also form alliances. But the thing is I don't often go to them because I'm actually quite far out on the map, and I kind of like to be a bit of a lone wolf, I suppose. I like to kind of live alone, die alone, kind of thing. I don't really like to trust other players, just because I've got a feeling, because what it is, is when you go outside of safe zones, here's one, so this is a normal zombie, really quickly, as you can see, same size as me, but essentially, everyone, when you go outside the safe zones, players can actually kill and hurt other players, so I don't like to make alliances, because I'm paranoid that they'll turn on me, and it will just be like basically a betrayal, essentially, and then I'll just lose everything and have to start again. So yeah, that's why I go alone. I always go alone. So, now that I've got that cleared up, back to the game. Okay, so we got quite a few here. So, okay, here we go. Nice and easy. I'll use the APS. Now I've got this laser sight on it, because when you go around the map, you actually can find basically adaptations that you can add on certain guns. Like, for example, I actually found a laser sight in a chest I looted, and I combined it with my APS here, because if you press I right here, you can put a gun in this little kind of crafting box here of 7 spaces, and you can actually update the gun itself. Resume game, there we are, that's better. Oh, also, very quickly, there is a different escape screen here, and it's really cool because it shows you a view of yourself as the player, so that's actually me. I'm not gonna lie, I think I look pretty cool in that, so yeah. Anyways, back to the game. So we've got to be very wary because you can actually get sniped by enemy players or also bandits, and they are player-like NPCs. They are the exact same as players basically, only they are AI, and they actually sometimes even actually have better weapons than players. Also, the scary part about the bandits is they always spawn in groups actually, and a lot of players on this, like myself, due to the fact that most of us are paranoid about being betrayed, most of us go on our own here, to be honest. So, but the problem with bandits is they always spawn in groups. So, yeah, you can have quite a tough time taking bandits down, and it can be life costing, to be honest, and also just sometimes just overall inconvenience, even if you do survive. Oh my! I just found a pistol suppressor. Okay, so if I go if I put my APS in here. Oh wait, first I've actually got to get the pistol suppressor in my hotbar, sorry. Then if I go oh no, not E, there we are. So here's my APS, so I am essentially going to level this APS up, and then I'm going to put the suppressor, here we are, put the suppressor in there, then and then I press escape, I believe. Yep. Yes, wonderful. Okay, so as you can see, what you do is you add the new parts that you want to add onto your gun on, then you press escape, and then the gun will drop to the floor by your feet, then you just right click on the gun to pick it back up, and now my APS here not only has laser sight mainly for night, it now also has a suppressor, meaning that if I encounter enemy players, they won't really be able to tell where or when I'm shooting them from, because they just physically will not be able to hear the gunshot, so they'll literally just basically be getting sniped out of nowhere, because laser sight, to see them way more easily in the dark, combined with a silencer, they are not going to stand much of a chance, to be honest. So, I'm just going to keep making my way along the highway around here, and it seems that someone else looted these cars before me. We're just going to make our way down the road, trying to loot these cars if we can, provided they're not already empty. And yeah, I'm just going to make my way along to the next town, hopefully, because this map, there are lots of little villages and towns along here. And I will see you guys in just a second. Right, everyone, so we're at the next town. Oh, I just got to eat really quickly. Sorry about this. There we are. Okay, so here we are at Ornenzi town. Hope I said that right. Okay, cool. And if we're just gonna kind of go house to house and loot what we can. Okay, so nothing in here. Right. Oh, also worth mentioning, these skeletons here, they have pretty bad loot usually. And but you can actually loot skeletons. Sorry, that zombie gave me an absolute seizure. Also, being a Walking Dead fan, I really love this mod, understandably, because I watch The Walking Dead a lot, big fan of it, love the season, love the series. Yeah, just overall, it literally is The Walking Dead in Minecraft. I know I've said that once before, I think, but I'll just say it again, because there is really no other way of putting it. Right, so, oh, chest here. Okay, those trousers are terrible. Also, I've already got a pair of black trousers. Yep, another one there who's tied up, so he won't be a threat. Right. Okay. Here we go. Oh yeah, there are also actually passive mobs in this game, like deer right here. So yeah, got them. And there are also, like, I believe, like warthogs and stuff that this thing adds in that you can also find in forests. They're passive as well. Right. Nothing up here. Sorry, it's very dark in here as well, so I'm actually just going to get out of there for that reason. Oh, okay, here we are. We got one who seems to be walking around in circles. Okay. Come on. There we are. Nice and easy. So, for the most part, unless they catch you off guard, like that one back at the shop did, for the most part, the normal zombies are very easy to take down, actually. So, yeah. Right. So I'm just going to kind of keep doing what I'm doing. Usually, if you want to get good supplies, just going to kind of go house to house and take anything that you think could be useful right now or later on. For example, found another tin of canned carrots. That'll help keep me going for a bit longer. Oh, and also, sorry, here are like the warthogs or whatever. They're like wild pigs, basically. Once again, they're passive. Sorry, it gave me a bit of a fright there. Right, if I just quickly try and loot this car. Oh, yeah, another can of apples. That's good. Yeah. Also, you may see in the top right, actually, it says kind of like a fact file about you as a player. So it says, if you see at the top there, player kills 6. So I've killed 6 players so far. Just want to say, all the other times they were in self-defense because they actually tried to shoot me first. I have killed 373 zombies. I have died 18 times. I'm an absolute Walking Dead pro survivor material right here, as you can see. My humanities, that's basically kind of like what kind of like your kind of goals are and everything. For example, the game actually kind of like looks at like how many players you've killed, how many zombies you've killed, what kind of acts you've performed in the game overall. And currently, due to the fact that I've only ever killed players in self-defense, and I have actually even saved a player once or twice who was cornered, I believe, I'm actually a hero. That's my humanity in this, so I'm essentially a good guy. Or in the apocalypse, the closest you can get to a good guy, I think. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm friendly in this. And if you also look at the top, you'll see it says bottle caps, and I have 78 bottle caps. Because basically, when you kill zombies, they drop bottle caps, and with the NPCs at the safe zones, they're actually a trading currency. Now, I'm actually hopefully saving up so maybe I can buy some more NATO and AK magazines for my AK-12, and also for my Honey Badger. So that's the plan. So I'm basically... but they cost quite a lot, so 78, that's a good amount by game standards, but I need more, so I'm essentially going around for the foreseeable future, killing as many zombies as I can, saving up bottle caps, then eventually I'm going to go back to the safe zone and hopefully buy some fresh mags. Oh, okay, so my screen just went to green because he bit me, because that zombie just hit me, and I'm infected now. Right, this isn't good. This is not good at all. But you actually can find cure syringes around here. They're quite easy to find, I believe. So yeah, got to go around, got to look for a cure syringe. Now, they look like the morphine syringes right here, only they have blue liquid inside of them instead of green. Right. So there. Oh, also, I've got an empty magazine in my inventory. That's just taking up more space. So, yeah, get rid of that. Right. Also, you mainly find cure syringes in medical crates, and also you usually, find them at abandoned military bases. So yeah, I've kind of got to look for one of them. Right. So, I've got to just basically... Oh wait, okay, here's actually about an abandoned military base. Also, an abandoned Soviet military base. As you can see, you've got the Soviet flag up there. Ironically, because we did the Call to Battle mod review for the last video, and I played as the Soviet Union. Right, so with any luck, round here somewhere, there may be a medical crate, and if I'm even luckier still, there may be a cure syringe in here, so I can get out of this mess. But if not, they are, I mean, listen, it's more just like a minor inconvenience being infected, because they'll make you lose a little bit of health once every now and again. You can easily heal it by simply eating. I mean, you want to try and find a cure syringe soon, but if you can't, then never mind, basically, because you can still survive without them. It essentially just means your screen is kind of tinted green, in a way, but to show, like, you're infected. And yeah, that's basically it. You just lose a little bit of health, not very much. You can still survive pretty easily. But yeah, I will try to look for a cure syringe. So, yeah. So I think everyone, this is going to wrap up the video. I hope you guys all enjoyed today. And do comment down below, because I have a lot of fun on this mod, if you would like me to keep making more videos on it, especially on the server. Maybe we could even begin like a quest to find a cure syringe, so I won't be infected anymore. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and until the next one, this is the Awesome Villager signing out, and thank you all very much for watching. Goodbye.